Hey guys, welcome to Jackass, where today Lucas is going to be chugging 2 monster cans within the next 30 seconds. Hope you enjoy.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Chug, 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 chug. Hey everybody, welcome to the Cosmic Panel Weekly Pulls, December 13th. Lucky 13, lots of comics. Comic books are cool. Lucas, what's your first pick?
My first pick is Rogue Sun number 17. We're finally getting to the heart of the problem. Dylan is finally going to be able to regain his freedom. He finally has his support group basically to get him back into his body. Plus, the rest of his family has finally realized that the person possessing Dylan's body is not Dylan himself. It is one of his ancestors. So we're finally getting toward the end of this arc. And I think this might be the last issue for this arc, if not the next issue. Yes, so the next issue is the end of the story arc. So we are getting really close. But yeah, Rogue Sun has been phenomenal. I really love how they committed to the idea that Dylan is just not a good person. And that he's just such an awful piece of shit, so that when people when he does act nice, people are like, that's weird. He's acting good. He's like caring about people and like other people's feelings. That's weird. And so yeah, it's fun to see a surprisingly like bully become a hero and learn to become a hero instead of like, often meek character becoming a hero and confronting the bully. So pretty interesting, but yeah, very fun. Anyway, what's next for you?
Or actually, my first pick is going to be Green Lantern number 6. This has been a very interesting Green Lantern story. I like the idea that they're playing with here, which is basically that something is off with the light spectrum and it is able to be bent more easily, and toyed with more easily. So Sinestro, at the end of the last issue, just turned into a red lantern, which is pretty sick. So I'm very curious to get some explanations, get some answers to see how Hal and Sinestro are both bending the spectrum so easily to their will.
Yeah, I wonder. So this has always been something that a lot of people always did wonder or hoped. I know a lot of people really enjoyed Kyle Rayner as the White Lantern, but I do wonder if this is kind of setting up that Hal is going to have to confront every emotion, like every type of ring, and kind of have to master all of it. Because yeah, we love Kyle, but let's be honest, he hasn't gotten as much spotlight since New 52, which is a shame. I really do like his character a lot. But Hal is like pretty much Hal and John Stewart are basically the Green Lanterns that are getting the attention the most out of any of the human ones. So like I wouldn't be opposed to like Hal having to fight different versions of the emotional spectrum and then learning to master them. Like let's say like after the end of this fight, he grabs that red ring and is able to use it. Like I wouldn't be opposed to him like slowly collecting these rings and then uh not like a parallax situation, but having to come to grips with the like combining all of them to make a White Lantern power or something. I think that could be fun.
And finally, a DC series that has been boosted for further than 6 issues. Thank goodness. Um, Green Lantern will continue after 6 issues. So a lot
Oh,
more
thank God.
good stuff to come from Jeremy Adams and Green Lantern, because I think this series is really just hitting its stride.
Yeah, it definitely needs the space. I don't know how they would have ended it at this point if they hadn't been allowed to. Like, what would they even have ended it with? Just the Sinestro fight, and that's it. It's over.
Exactly. So yeah, luckily they're actually boosting this and Green Arrow and hopefully some more stuff in the future.
Yeah.
What's next up for you?
Next up for me is Detective Comics 1079. I always find it very funny when I read out like the past 1,000 issues. titles. But yeah, Detective Comics. Last issue was really good. I really enjoyed it. The orgums are. I wasn't completely sold on them in the beginning. I'm still not probably completely sold on them, to be honest, as villains. But I love the idea that they were like, okay, we need to get rid of Batman and crush Gotham. We don't want to reveal who he is because then he becomes a martyr. We want to just kill him, but we want to do it in front of everyone. So we're gonna have a public execution of Batman by hanging in front of the entirety of Gotham. And so and Batman in this case is like kind of drugged basically, so he can't really fight back. So it's we get to see last issue we got to see a lot of fun stuff where it's Gordon working with Barbara, working with Catwoman, working with all these different like characters and side characters to basically break out Bruce so that he wouldn't get executed. So yeah, no, it's been really fun. I'm definitely interested to see where Ram V is going to keep going with this because it's been going for a while. His run at least of this series, like I believe it's been over at least. Let me see real quick. It's been since 1062, so it's been almost 80 I mean almost 20 issues. So I mean the fact that we're still on this like original villain that he started in the beginning is it's getting kind of tiring, to be honest.
Okay.
But the lore building is interesting, like tying them to the Ra's al Ghul's and everything is very fun. Ra's al Ghul was actually a general for the original Orgum.
Hmm.
um and then he got ordered to kill the original Orgum by the wife, and so he killed him, and then he found the Lazarus pits and etc. So it's very interesting.
Ram is staying busy. Next up for me is X-Men Red number 18. Very cool arc going on right now. Now that Apocalypse has entered the fray, and they've raised another, I guess, version of the island to combat Genesis. So I've really been enjoying this, and this is the final issue of X-Men Red for the foreseeable future. So this has to do some heavy lifting for sure. Nova is in bad shape, um, so I'm curious to see what's going to go on with him. So there's a lot of loose ends to tie up here, but yeah, this is going to have to bring us into the end game for Araco and tell us what's going to happen in the future for rest of House and Powers.
Yeah. I love that Nova is just in the very, very, very back corner of the cover. He's just hiding in the corner over there under the X-Men Red logo.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, this series has been amazing. Ewing building off a sword went right into this and really gave us some of the best characterization for Storm in years, easily. Um, but yeah, no, I'm sad to see this go, but I'm sure it's going to go out with a bang. Last issue, we we had this really cool Man Thing fusion with Storm and a bunch of other characters like Vulcan and stuff. So definitely excited to see that. It looks like it's about to be a kaiju battle for a little bit. So I'm hyped.
yeah, big time. What's next up for you?
Next up for me is Tear Us Apart number 4. This series keeps killing it for me. The characters are very fun. Last issue was a very, very non-violent issue. It was literally just boy and girl going to. By the way, that's we don't have names for them, so everyone just calls them boy and girl, even in the summaries. Um, but yeah, so boy and girl just went to a mall, and it was just really fun just to see them like experience music for the first time, hearing all these different things, encountering bullies, and boy having to be like pulled away by girl to stop him from just straight up murdering them immediately. Um, but yeah, no, this series has been amazing. The CIA now is involved, trying to get them, because the CIA is like, oh man, we've hired a shit ton of assassins from them. We can't let it out that like we've been hiring assassins from these people. So we gotta make sure that this doesn't get out. So I'm very much am enjoying this a lot, and it's a beautiful, surprisingly touching love story. But
Very
yeah,
nice.
it's written by Jay Baruchel, who I always forget what he acted in.
Oh,
He's
yeah, that guy.
which is this is like very much. I was surprised by how good this was because I kind of went into this solely because of, oh yeah, he was Hiccup in How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, I
He was
recognize his
the
face.
apprentice in Sorcerer's Apprentice. Like he was in This Is the End. Like he is a well established actor. So yeah, but he's doing great. I think maybe maybe Riddler Year One inspired some more actors to start diving into the comic space.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, what's next for you?
Next up for me is Immortal Thor number 5. Alex Ross with the cover of the year here. We got we got the Thor core in full force. We got Loki, we got Jane, we got Storm, we got Beta Ray, and we got Thor himself. Um, all having to face off against Taurenos. So this is really hype. This series has been a blast so far, and I'm really curious to see if this is going to be the last of Taurenos. What's going to happen here? Because obviously there's a whole panel of gods that seem to want Thor off the map. So yeah, this is very exciting.
Yeah, Loki Thor is interesting too.
Yeah,
um, has Loki used the hammer before previously, like actually to turn into a Thor?
yeah, like I think in like a random Journey into Mystery issue in like the early 2000s.
Mhm.
But yeah, basically they're working on a clock here because like every when Thor passes his hammer, they only have what is it like 60 seconds or something of his
Yeah,
power. So this is going to just be really fun.
it's just gonna be a
And
basketball game.
yeah, basically.
It's literally just gonna be them chucking the hammers to each other, doing layups. Which is a very very unique but also very very fun way to do this.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to reading this issue. Marco Cicchetto on the Martin Coccolo, sorry, on the art is just been crushing it. So I know this is going to be a blast.
Yeah, very hyped. Next up for me is Moon Knight number 30. This is the final issue. Final issue of the Jen McKay Moon Knight run, and last issue we had the decently well established Federico Sabatini covering for Capuccio, and now we're back to Capuccio finishing off the series where he began. And this creative team, man, I absolutely loved this Moon Knight run so much. It hurts that it's going, but man, did it do so much work. We went from Age of Khonshu, where basically Moon Knight was banned from anything and had nowhere to go and no one to be around, to now having a whole basically Moon Knight family with Balder, Tigra, Soldier, Reese, the Midnight Mission. Like I'm absolutely loving the series. I have loved the series, and the twist of bringing making one of the Shadow Cabinet members, one of the longtime established Shadow Cabinet members, the new Black Spectre is interesting. I definitely need to know more about his motivation. Why? Because he was a very trusted colleague for Mark. Um, but yeah, no, I can't heap more praises on the series.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited to get some answers to Plesko's motivations. I'm very excited to see how this is going to wrap up and follow into Vengeance of Moon Knight, which is the next series that will be tackling these characters.
Yeah. Do we know who's writing that yet, or not yet?
Pretty sure it's David Papose,
Okay,
if
cool.
I'm not mistaken.
So yeah,
Giving him a lot of Moon Knight stuff.
I'm checking right now, real quick. No, Jed McKay's writing it. Wait, what?
Oh, he is. I thought maybe it was one of the series where it was like two writers or something.
No, Jed is writing it, and so is Capuccio still drawing. Wait, what? I thought this was actually ending this. Wait, I just got bamboozled.
Well,
It's just a relaunch.
we don't know who it's going to be covering exactly, but we know the team,
True,
the creative
but
team.
still, that's Also, I like the new design that they're giving for Moon Knight. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Or is
I'm
it
dun dun dun. But yeah,
Jed
no.
and
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I actually am very surprised. I was not thinking that Jed and Kabuchi were still going to be on this. So I'm actually, you know what? Fuck yes, let's go.
yeah.
I'm so down for this.
But this will be an interesting pivot, and I'm curious to see why this is titled Vengeance of Moon Knight and not just Moon Knight. So
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Next up for me is Dark X-Men number 5. This has been a roller coaster for sure. Last issue was really awesome. Basically, Madeline tried, or this evil Madeline rather, tried to recruit Chasm, break him out, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good," and then he walked off. He walked off screen.
I found
That
that
was it.
so funny. He was just like, "Nah, fuck you.
Yeah,
I don't deal with deal with racists."
yeah. So actual good Ben moment for once, which is
Rare,
nice.
rare Ben Riley W.
Yeah, but yeah. Last issue was really intense. Orcus and this evil demon or goblin queen rather walked in and really trashed the fucking embassy, and now has this the hellish cerebro that Madeline was developing. So this has been a really fun Fall of X book, and I'm very excited to see how it's gonna wrap up.
Yeah, no, I've been loving the whole cast, like Azazel, Havoc, all of them, Gambit. I love that Gambit's the most trustworthy out of all of them. That to me is absolutely hilarious. But yeah, no, this series has been really good. Probably one of the strongest Fall of X books, to be honest. I wouldn't be opposed to like this group to keep going, even in another maybe like another run of Dark X Men or giving them an ongoing. Like this is very entertaining, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. What is your final pick for this week, Lucas?
So my final pick, heartbreakingly, is Action Comics 1060, the final Philip Kennedy Johnson comic of Action Comics. Um,
Last Philip Kennedy Johnson comic ever. I thought you were just gonna
I
stop
realized
there.
I realized the way I said that. I was like, wait, no. But yeah, no. I mean, what can I say that I haven't already said? I've been following the series. This series has single-handedly made me reinvigorated into Action Comics after that god awful Bendis run that I for some reason forced myself to read. Um, Actually, I forced myself halfway through and then I literally stopped because I couldn't. It was just so bad. Um, but yeah, no, this from War World to coming back to Earth to dealing with Lex Luthor to dealing with this. Um, these arcs have been amazing, really establishing the character of Superman, establishing his family. And we're gonna get some really cool guest characters in this one: Constantine, Etrigan, and Bloodwind. We're finally getting Bloodwind now, which is fun because he was awesome in that one special. Um, but yeah, no, I am gonna miss this. Hopefully, Jason Aaron can keep this book going at a good pace and also keep the family. Please keep the family. I love the idea of Superman having basically two adopted children, having his son, Supergirl, uh, Connor, all them together. I do love the fact that Superman is working not by himself, but using his family to what really should be what Batman's doing, to be honest. But yeah, keep giving us those relationships, keep giving us interesting problems. Philip Kennedy Johnson's still going to be on Green Lantern, War Journal, and that's been amazing. But yeah, this is the end of his uh his run on Action Comics. So heartbreaking as it is, genuinely thank you, Philip Kennedy Johnson, for the amazing work and love you put into this character.
Yeah, it made me really interested and care about Superman, which was a big ask for me for a long time in my comics reading life. So yeah, this is nice. He gets to write a few supernatural characters on his way out. Of course, Philip said that he loves Constantine. So, yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. Very excited to read this issue.
Yeah, I remember begging you to read the Action Comics, and I think I even forced you to read 1051. I was like, read this, please. It's a really good jumping on point, and then you did, and
I
I
jumped
mean,
on.
yeah, no, I mean, I still highly recommend reading the War World arc. It's really, really good. It's a very
Yeah.
tight knit arc. But yeah, no, Jason Aaron, please don't screw this up. You really got to hit it out of the park after PKJ. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe the sales weren't there or what was going on, but this next era of Action Comics is this like superstar thing that they're doing, Superman superstars. So they're just gonna have a bunch of big writers mess with supes, and hopefully they don't,
Undo everything.
undo stuff, and they just keep things moving, but have their own ideas. But I don't know. We'll see. The
Because
next run's supposed to be Bizarro. I don't know what there's left to do with Bizarro, but hopefully it's something cool.
the thing is that I really liked that Kennedy did with uh, Action Comics and differentiating Superman, at least with Williamson, is that Superman's fully focused on Superman. Like it's very much like a lighthearted, like this is the villain of the week, while Action Comics was very much like an extended story arc that kept on going and going and going. Like everything kept building out. And I'm hoping that I don't know what's going to happen with Jason Aaron's story. This feels like more it should be in the Superman book, to be honest. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm just hoping that we can get more time with the family. That's really it. DC, if you've not learned anything from Bendis aging up John Kent, just give Superman a family, let him live, have like a happy family, and then be Superman in addition to that. Don't pull a Peter Parker. Don't fucking like annul his marriage or some shit. Like let him be happy.
Yeah, for sure. So apparently these are going to be 3 issue arcs from each writer.
Okay.
So Jason's going to get 3, and then someone else after that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll get a regular writer back on it at some point. But they're definitely trying stuff. The reason I was most disappointed about this is because of how many backup stories they have in every Action Comics issue.
Yeah.
Like it's already a bit of a sandbox for writers. Not to the level that Batman Brave and the Bold is, but it's still a place where writers can have fun with Superman and do what they want with those characters, without worrying too much about continuity and etc. So I'm a little surprised that we're getting this superstars rollout. I don't know if that means they're still going to continue the backup stories. It doesn't look like it. They don't have like 3 things listed on every cover,
Yeah.
but we'll see. We'll find out.
Yeah. Anyway, Elias, what is your topic?
My top pick for this week is the conclusion of another Tom King grand opus, and that is Danger Street number 12. Beautiful cover, wrapping up, showing everyone, our whole full cast. This series has been a lot of fun. I think it's another Tom King situation that I will enjoy it reading. I will enjoy reading it all together, when it's all compiled.
Oh, for sure.
This is a very large cast, and the way I kind of pitched it to a lot of people, and I pitched this to countless people now, is a wide sprawling mystery of the DC universe that connects characters that you don't think should be connected. That's kind of how I pitched it to people. Um, yeah, the the helmet is now gonna try and revive a shit ton of characters. It looks like it's already working because I think one of the frames had Metamorpho's, crystal sword revert to his arm. So it
Yeah.
looks like it is working. But yeah, this series uh, has been very, very interesting, bringing light to a lot of obscure characters that people wouldn't typically care about. I think that's one of Tom King's fortes. And yeah, very, very excited to see this wrap up.
Yeah, I'm definitely very very interested to see how the Dark Side and High Father storyline is going to end. A lot of hints that Dark Side's kind of been rooting for this, which kind of subverted me. Which I didn't think they could subvert me with Dark Side, but somehow they did. um, but yeah, no, every one of these characters is so well written. You easily get a feel for the Green Team, the Dingbats, Lady Cop, and all the rest of them. And yeah, just absolutely love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be hunting down these back issues now. Definitely gotta get the whole series in one place. Um, Luckily, they put out the first volume trade like right before this issue came out, and then so hopefully the second volume will follow soon because I think a lot of Tom King readers do wait for the trades, and I can definitely understand why.
Yeah.
But this was just too interesting for me to not read every month, you know. So yeah,
I'm curious. Were you expecting all those deaths slash issue? I was definitely not.
yeah, no, definitely not. That's crazy.
I was like, another's dead, and then Lady Cop just fucking executing them all. I was like, bruh.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
She was just killing it, bro.
Yeah. So I'm very curious to see if there's going to be a caveat to Fate's resurrecting all these people, you know, how it's going to wrap up because Orion's basically given up on his mission, and I really don't know what to expect at the end of the road here. So this is still Black Label. He could still do some crazy shit. I'm kind of surprised that we're getting the resurrection of so many characters anyway. But I suppose Vigilante and Manhunter are still going to be dead, right? So
Yeah, I doubt that they're being brought back. I think the way they died was like the best way you could have possibly handled it.
yeah, I'm glad that they won't be bringing them back, hopefully. But yeah, I really don't know what to expect here. So very excited.
Their fight was the epitome of I knew you knew there that I knew, so therefore I knew that you would know that I would know. It's just them basically doing
Exactly.
mind games the entire time. It was so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, wonderful series. The art was amazing too.
Yeah.
Jorge Fornes
Mm-hmm.
killed it. Killed it.
Very nice. Alrighty. Well, as always, let us know in the comments below what you guys are excited to read this week. Lots of good stuff to choose from. Don't forget to like, subscribe, support your local comic shop, and read comics.